be the first one to clock in, the last one to clock out. That's just
that.
you know.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get it. Like a lot of my friends say the same thing, but we get it regardless.
Can you give us some of your traits that you feel like separate you from the rest? Because
Outworking. I mean, that's my number one. I think if I don't think anyone's gonna, you know, it's a lot of people are good with technology. A lot of people are good with marketing. A lot of people are good with, a lot of people are good with a lot of things, but not saying those things aren't hard, but to carry 100 sheets of drywall into, you know, like that mindset is much different than, so I think anyone who's, that's my biggest trait, is probably outworking anyone who's, I'm going to be the first one to clock in, the last one to clock out. That's just that, you know, and I'm going to get it, like a lot of my friends say the same thing, but we get it regardless. You know, whether, I think when we were first starting off, I'm going to try and keep this legal, but my friend has a business, I'm not going to name him, but he would jump barbed wire fences to take 2x4s for construction.
Yeah.
And if you're not willing a felony case to, like, you know what I mean? If you're not,
I love
willing,
that. No, that's
like, what are you willing to do to be successful?
Yeah.
I'm not saying go start robbing people,
right.
but I'm saying, like, that's the hunger that
I've done some things that I'm not sure is 100%.
Yeah.
You know?
So
and most successful people in the world today can tell you this, the same thing.
Yeah.
You know,
it's how hungry you are. You know, if you're hungry, then you're gonna eat. You know, if you go after it.
Tell me about this new venture that you're getting into right now.
Yes. So it's a clothing company. It's an activewear company. Pretty much we're gonna start off with a women's line, leggings and sports bras and tops, and then eventually go into men. And the reason why we're starting with women is because women spend 80% more on clothes than men do. And it's kind of a trend that I saw. I always wanted to get into clothing somehow. I didn't think construction was the end-all, you know, business for me. So I just started seeing the trends where people are more health conscious and fit conscious and things like that. So yeah, so we I think like 6 months ago we started the process of getting the business started, you know, filing for the trademark and coming up with a tech pack to create the designs and things like that to get the business rolling. So
Awesome.
it's coming. No, it's way, so.
Awesome. So you had a previous business. How does having a successful business or starting a successful business help you be more confident for your next venture or anything that you do for the future? Can you tell me about that?
So,
Like, were you more confident going into this just because you know you had previous success?
well, it's still risky. It's also really scary. I'm investing a large sum of my savings, very large, into this business that's technically leggings and sports bras, and especially to get into a field that, one, I don't wear and don't really know. You know,
I want to emphasize the importance of the risk that you're taking, because a lot of people watching this may hear all the time, oh, you have to take risks to get an opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, they tell me about that. Like, is that true? And like,
it's sink or swim. I mean, if you take your life savings and you invest it into a business, it is sink or swim. Like, it has to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the mentality. And plus, you got to know the business you're getting into as well. So that's another trait that I forgot to mention earlier is I have major, I have major OCD. Like, every attention to detail. So 6 months ago, I had no idea anything about activewear or women's leggings or things like that. At this point, I can name every brand, every fabric, polyester, nylon, just, I mean, the stitching, the colors, everything about it.
And that's an emphasis of self-education.
Yes.
And hard work, making sure you know everything in your industry.
Yeah. You gotta know, if you're going into something, especially if you're investing a lot of money or time into it, you have to know the numbers. What's the market cap for women's clothing? What are the top players?
And how do you know that? Did you go to school? Did you go to college to learn this?
I went to school for business and marketing, but it's all self-education. That's the era we live in. I mean, with YouTube University, you can pretty much, you want to be a stockbroker, learn on YouTube. You want to learn about stitching and sewing, then learn on YouTube. You know, it's you want to learn about construction, how to install toilets or plumbing, search it on YouTube. So it's really, we have that at our disposal that our parents or grandparents didn't have. It's that we have that. So that's where I did a lot of my research, but it's also my own research too.